Hello everyone, this is Linda from Linda Hardwick Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble the AccuCut frame. And when you first get your package, you'll see that there is a piece A, a piece B, piece C, piece D, and a piece of acetate. If I can get this here. And it's got a blue protective coating on either side to keep it nice, and an embellishment. What you will need, of course, is glue, score tape, ink, an ink dauber, like an ink applicator like this, and some glue. I use Beacon 3-in-1 for the embellishment here, but I use a little bit of zip dry glue and score tape to apply the paper. Now what we're going to do here, this is like my second video, so please bear with me. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to first trace, cut, and adhere paper to the front of piece A. So we'll put these aside for now. We have piece A. Okay, and I have cut that out, a piece out. And I've put 1/4 inch sequin or score tape, and we will get this tape off. I use a knife to do this, or X-Acto knife, or whatever you want to call it, utility knife. Okay. Here we go. Now it's pretty sticky, a little tricky. So then you're going to apply your piece of paper onto piece A, line it up so it's nice and in line. Okay. I like to burnish it with a bone folder. Now that's on there, very nice. Okay, now we're going to take piece B, that's piece B, and we are going to trace, cut, and adhere your choice of paper. So I've decided to use this paper here. So what I will do is I will add, I think I'm going to do it with zip dry. You can use 3-in-1, whatever you like. And I'm going to, actually, I think I'm going to, sorry about this, I am going to use 1/2 inch score pell all around the edges. Like this. It's a little bit difficult here around the curves, but I will use glue, the zip dry or the 3-in-1, whatever you like. Okay, now you're going to burnish. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of some of this paper. You're going to burnish. So it sticks well, and then we're going to remove the other side of the tape here, the tape backing. I think I have my box on the wrong side. There we go. Okay. we go. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the edges. That way the edges won't lift. Just a very thin line will be fine. I do it all around. Okay, especially where the tape wasn't. Just a tiny little bit. Should have put tape down here. Oh, I did put tape down here. Sorry. Okay, so we are now going to take our piece that we've cut out around the edge and the inside, and we're going to add this piece onto piece B. And we're going to line up the edges. Do better than I did. Okay. I didn't line them up perfectly, but inking helps with that. So that's that piece. Set that aside. Now you're going to take piece C and you're going to put, I like to put a nice finish if it's for a gift. I like to, so you cut around, trace, cut, and we are going to apply a nice piece on either side. Normally it would go like this, and you would actually put a photo here, but if you're giving it as a gift, you don't do that, but I will come to that later. So we're going to cover piece C. Okay, I'm going to use the score tape again. You have to be very careful when you're putting the paper on. I'm sure you know that, because with the score pal tape, it's almost impossible to lift up the paper. It tends to rip. So I like to put a good piece, some pieces in the middle, and on both sides of piece C. I think I'm going to do it this way. We have really good coverage. Move that paper. Okay. Hope you can see this okay. And then we're going to burnish. This is piece C. Ignore that one there. So you're going to remove the backing paper of the score tape. And you have the blade facing away from you, because believe me, I've cut myself many times. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, a thin line of glue, to the edges that didn't get the score pal tape. There we go. And then we're going to add the piece by lining it up as close to the edges as you can. And there we go. And you're going to just rub it with your hand, or you can use your roller. And then we're going to turn it over to the other side, and we'll do the same. We will remove the tape covering, score tape covering. Okay. And we will glue the edges again a little bit. Add glue where the score tape isn't. And we will add another piece. lining up the edges at the top and the bottom. And like I said, if you get it wrong, which I have a little bit, you can ink the edges. And it just, with a coordinating color. And that really is nice when it's finished. So you have a nice piece here. So we'll set that aside. And we will take piece D. And what I do is I use on the back, piece D is the last piece. Just a minute, am I piece D? That's correct. 1, 2. Okay, here we go. Piece D, I'm sorry. Get a little sidetracked here. So I try and use the back of piece D, the last layer, to match the front. So the front and the back will match. So here we go. So we're going to do the same thing with piece D that we just did. Right to the edge. On both sides. Oh yes, I'm out of tape. Okay, I'll just use the 1/4 inch for now. But 1/2 inch is really... I used a 1/4 inch on piece A. But, yeah. Obviously. And I'll do the same with the back. Have a look here. Close as you can to the edge on both sides. And I just don't want the paper lifting up at all because, you know, it doesn't give it a very nicely fresh finished look, you know. So you're going to burnish the tape both sides. Now I'll put some in the middle here. Okay, just checking to make sure I'm in line here. Burnish. Now we're going to take the tape off again like we have done. Alrighty. Little bit of glue for the, like I've explained before, around the edges. Now, carefully put this piece on top, making sure to line up the edges. Go. Okay, and we're going to turn it over and remove the tape backing. And we're working on piece D here. A little bit monotonous, but I mean, what you see when you're finished, it's going to be so worth it. It's quite a nice die cut, and I've given quite a few as gifts, and everybody seems very pleased with it. So now we're going to put the backing, line up the edges again. So hopefully I'm not cutting you off here with my head. There we go. And I see there's a little piece of tape there. Lovely. Really. Now you can choose to sand the edges so the paper is in line. So I think I'm going to do that. Take my handy dandy sander, because I wasn't lining up very well. And you're going to sand the paper. And by sanding it also, you'll see that the ink, when you're inking the edges, it'll accept the ink more. It gives it kind of an aged look too, which I don't know if you like it, but I like that. So that was D. Now we're going to sand the edges of C. So if you did not line it up perfectly, which I haven't here obviously, you know, this is what the sanding is really good for. I like to just do it like this, and it lines it right up. And the same with piece A. Don't really, oh you may, I don't seem to need to get that much on there. Now what we're going to do is we are going to ink the edges now. So I've got my Stampin' Up! Ink, but you can use any kind of ink you want. And I like to get it good in my ink dauber here, not dauber, but applicator. Now you can, you know, put as many layers as you want. This is really quite a good ink, so. Okay. Should have some background music. See if I can do that. Now we're going to do the inside of the frame. It does make a big difference if you're inking the edges, because you won't see the chipboard, which you really don't want to see. You want it to blend nicely. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish inking these, and you ink all of them. A, B, C, and D. So piece B, you would go the outside and the inside like you did with A, and then just around the edges, and I'll be right back.